and welcome everyone to today's News Tonight, the weeknight news show where we're joined by special guests and our wonderful patrons to discuss the day's gaming news. I'm your host, Ash Paulson, and I'm joined as always by my good friend and GVG co-founder Derek Bittner, along with Brandon, voice of God Miracle, and our second very special guest. Technically, Brandon is also a special guest, and our other very special guest, the way past cool AntDude. Man, Ant, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm great. I spent a couple hours today listening to the Sonic Symphony. How could I be bad after that?
I'm repping actually. I'm representing.
Nice. I've never seen the Mighty and Ray shirt. That's awesome.
It was an old Yeti shirt, so you can't find it anymore. But it's one of my favorites.
I'm cool.
A sucker for the Sonic and Knuckles logo. I think it's one of the best design logos ever made.
It honestly is.
I just made a perler bead creation of it, and it's one of my favorite things.
Oh, awesome!
That's awesome.
For those of you wondering where Steve is, don't worry, he's fine. He just unfortunately got called into a last-minute work meeting from 3:30 to 4. It was supposed to be 3:30 to 4, but his boss often keeps him late, so it bled into TNT. He didn't think would be able to make it, so he's not here today, unfortunately. He'll be back on Friday. Don't worry, he's fine. So for now, you're stuck with us. You're stuck with me, Brandon, Derek, and Ant. And
we're
gonna have
you poor things.
I know, right? So, of course, Ant, I did call you way past cool, and that's because you are way past cool, but that's also because today is the very day. It is Sonic the Hedgehog's 30th anniversary. We've already talked about a lot of the announcements that came down as part of Sonic Central, but there's been some stuff since then that we're going to talk about later in the show. But, dude, I know of the four of us, you're the only other person besides me who was able to actively watch Sonic Symphony as it was happening. Mm-hmm. I got to hype about that for a little bit. Dude, how fucking awesome was that presentation?
I made the mistake of being like, I'm going to put the orchestra on as background noise while I work.
Me too.
That's fine. You know, it's just some Sonic music.
People.
I've heard Sonic music plenty. I could not unglue for the 2 hours or whatever it was. It was incredible. I heard Sonic 1. I was like, okay, cool. Green Hill Zone, Marble Zone, whatever. It did Sonic Game Gear music happened, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, right? I was like, the 8-bit music. Holy crap.
We're going somewhere different with this. They had Sonic R was on there. Like,
yep.
Oh, man.
The intermission with the orchestral dude.
With the Chow Garden. Then the whole second segment was Tomoya Otani and Crush 40 just literally crushing it through
so good.
it was so good.
I have such a soft spot for Sonic Colors. So when Otani went on and did Reach for the Stars and was Speak With Your Heart, I think was the ending theme, dude.
Yeah, Speak With Your Heart, yeah.
So good.
Really
gotta see this.
And they played Night of the Wind. I didn't think they'd even remember Night of the Wind. That's one of my favorite Crush 40 bangers.
They a Sonic Boom remix.
Right, Sonic Boom.
That was so good. The Live and Learn was this combo of Crush 40 and the orchestra. Oh my god,
it's so good. Literally, the only Crush 40 song they didn't have that I wanted was What I'm Made Of, and you know what? That's a shame, but it's okay. Everything else we got is just more than makes up for that, and it was just great. It was initially very strange. Obviously, they came back around to doing Sonic Colors and Sonic Heroes later, but it was really weird initially how they seemed to kind of gloss over Adventure 1 and 2 and then spend a lot of time on Sonic 06. And I thought that was a little weird. Then, of course, they were saving Adventure 1 and 2 more for Crush 40, which makes sense.
Say what you will about 06, but good soundtrack, as everybody under the sun has said. I have not seen it. I did see, I came on the tail end. It's like, oh, right, that was the day. And saw Twitter freaking out about the final two songs. So I was like, oh, God, please tell me there's some sort of VOD I could watch of this that I didn't miss it. And thankfully, Wario 64 was right there. I was like, okay, cool. And I scrubbed to the end and listened to Escape from the City and Live and Learn. And like, okay, you got me.
There's such
I love the screens they put up there too, where it's like, you know, the type of hype you'd have at a live concert. It's like, you want more?
Yeah.
You know, let me hear you. I was like, I just imagine like chat going all caps
nuts
in those moments.
Yeah,
it was FOMO right now.
Even though I watched it. Oh, go ahead, Ant.
No, I was gonna say, like, I get this weird perception every time where people think, oh, it's video game music and orchestra. That's just dumb video game music for nerds. Who's gonna care? I've been to video games live, and it's a very similar vibe.
Same.
Once you get that first riff of a song and that you know what it is, it's just over. And like the videos were edited perfectly. There was a when they did, I think it was Tails theme. They had Sonic Adventure gameplay, and it ended with him picking up the hamburger guy standee and throwing it in the ocean. And it's like, it's amazing.
Well, and speaking of Tails, they even had Tails Adventure music in there. Where did that come from?
Wow.
That was so cool.
Man,
yeah,
that was
nuts.
so cool.
Absolutely.
And
nuts.
I was lucky enough to be able to hype up during the show with folks in the GVG fan server. A bunch of GVG fans were in the general chat just watching it along with me. We were all hyping it up, having a great time. And I'll say to them, or I'll say to everyone here, the same thing I said to them. Anyone who tells you that video game music isn't real music or is only for nerds or sucks, their opinion just isn't worth listening to. They don't deserve to be listened to.
Not at all.
No. There's too many really good game songs out there.
Oh man,
yeah. I don't know if Video Games Live is happening again at the moment, but if it does, and if they go back on tour, dude, the Sonic concert's very much like that vibe. It is, and if they ever take the Sonic concert live, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was the only bad thing is that I wasn't there to see it live. Like I've been to Video Games Live a couple of times. I've been to a bunch of other video game orchestras between like Mega Man and Nier, Final Fantasy, and it's always such an amazing time. And I hope they take this on the road. I want to see this be a live show.
Yeah.
Like that was. I was lucky enough to be able to see Jun Senoue play live at MagFest one year. And that was as awesome as, okay, you were there for that. So
yeah, that was fantastic. It was so good.
Right? To be able to see that in like as a live tour, God, I hope they take it on the road. That would be incredible.
And Johnny Gioli has such a good aura about him. He often forgets the words of his own songs, but man, his energy is so good.
Well, not only that, the man's voice is just it hasn't aged at all. He still sounds like he did way back with Open Your Heart, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. That reminds me when Johnny Gioli was at Too Many Games one year, and happened to be staying in the same hotel, and you would see him eating breakfast, and of course the guys over at Find the Computer Room, no shame to them, went up to him and started talking, hanging out, all that stuff, and just sat with him, and just I didn't know what to say too much because I was like, I'm bad at music generally, but it was still cool to just like hear this normal guy. I think they might have talked to him before, but it was just one of those casual things. Like he's just a good dude.
Yeah, I've heard he's a good dude.
Yeah, no, same. I have as well. Well, we do have a lot of news to get to today. It's amazing how quickly the news keeps rolling in post E3. But before we do that, we do have a couple of super chats to go through. So first, we have $5 from Loyal Dingo saying the Sonic Symphony was pure joy. Sonic music is truly the Mountain Dew Baja Blast of video game music. I feel like there's a Dark Souls joke to be made there. The Dark Souls of something, I don't know. But I've never heard of video game music likened to Mountain Dew Baja Blast or any kind of Mountain Dew before. So thank you for that comparison. And thank you so much for the donation, Loyal Dingo.
That's
also,
the stupidest thought in my head where it just has Jack Nicholson coming up as your waiter going, "Did you order the code red?" Or no, it's Tom Cruise saying that.
Yeah.
Damn it, I messed it up.
Also, $5 from Nathan Eisler saying the whole thing was great, but as a Sonic Adventure 2 kid, that finale, I know. I mean, I was probably 15 or 14 or whatever, just off the top of my head when I played Adventure 2. So I was an Adventure 2 kid, but I still grew up with it. And hearing Live and Learn with the video of the final battle against the Final Hazard and Super Sonic and Super Shadow, oh, that was so cool. I got goosebumps. I'm going back and watching the whole thing again tonight with my wife because I missed like the first almost half of it, or not missed it, but I didn't get to watch it and really fully pay attention because I was prepping for TNT. So I'm going to go back tonight, watch the whole thing. I'm so excited. Also, $30 from Rob Arman X. My God, thank you very much. Saying everyone popping off in the GVG Discord server was so amazing. We all had an amazing time watching it together. I love Sonic and you all. Happy birthday, Sonic. Thank you so much, Rob. Yeah, that Rob was one of the people that we were just we were all hyping up the Sonic Symphony together. It was so fun. So
I think that's the interesting thing here is that Sonic has weirdly has one of the most odd fandoms ever, but also one of the most wholesome. Like they come together really well and like support this crazy blue hedgehog with the fan games and music and remixes and all this stuff. And when something's good, it is one of those times where the entire, like, everybody comes together. Like,
Totally.
It was definitely strange seeing everyone happy about Sonic on Twitter all in one amalgamation. You don't see that very often.
You don't see that,
yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like the Smash fan base in a way. Like it has a dark side, but generally the fan base is very wholesome and passionate. But of course, there is that dark side that gets super toxic if you wade into it. But I mean,
there's always that side. But
exactly, yeah. But I feel like predominantly the fan base is pretty positive, even if it is really intense. Hey, it's positive intense, and that's a good thing. So
yeah.
Jaden Buck with $2 saying, let's blast through with way past good vibes. Hell yeah. Thank you very much, Jaden. And finally, Nathan, the future voice actor, with a $10.01 donation saying, hi, GVG, and hi, Nitro Rad. So awesome to see you on TNT. Hope you're doing well, and can't wait for your next concert. Just roll. Oh, yeah. And can't wait for your next concert. So, yeah.
I swear to God.
This
joke has gone too far.
I love it.
Real quick before we do move on, I did notice it is Hyper Tiger in the YouTube chat's birthday, so I want to wish happy birthday to them.
Happy birthday,
apparently, they were born on Sonic's anniversary, so I'm not sure the exact year, but still, that's
Good
cool.
day.
Well, you know what? And actually, I'm glad you mentioned the anniversary, because not only were you born Hyper Tiger on Sonic's 30th anniversary, you were also born on the N64's anniversary. Today is also the 25th anniversary, which, God, it makes me feel so old. The 25th anniversary of the N64's launch in Japan. And we won't spend too much time talking about that because we do have news to get to. But happy 25th birthday, Nintendo 64. Where did the time go?
Yeah.
I feel like I got Banjo-Kazooie for the first time yesterday and loved that game for the first time yesterday, and somehow it's been almost 25 years since then. Good Lord.
Oh my gosh,
dad
it's
got
Jet
me
Set's
the,
birthday as well.
It's also Jet Set's birthday, yeah.
Holy
Sorry
cow.
about that.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Freaking birthday, everybody. Jet Set and Hyper Tiger. Thank you so much for spending part of your birthday with us. This is great.
Seriously.
If you want to feel old, my dad got me the 64 when I graduated from kindergarten as a present.
Oh,
God.
Yep.
There you go.
Remember
There's
them
your fill of being old today.
25. So yeah, I was around 10 when it came out, which still feels young in retrospect.
That was what, 96?
Yeah, well, I guess it would be 96.
So I was like 4 or 5.
Oh man,
I remember that.
I never had one, but I remember all the kiosks in stores. You go to Sears, you go to wherever.
I should clarify. I didn't get a 64 at launch. It came out when I was 2.
Oh God!
I didn't get it until 4 years after that.
12 or 13 when the N64 came out. I still remember when my parents surprised me with it. I can't remember what for, but they surprised me. It was either for like a really good report card or something. Graduate. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I was 12 or 13. Oh God, it hurts my heart. My heart. Also in our live audience chat, Yu Narukami mentions that today is also the birthday of Kasumi's voice actress from Persona 5 Royal, and I apologize, I don't know her voice actress offhand.
It's Laura Post.
Oh well, happy
I only know
birthday,
because
Laura.
I went to the Persona 5 event and met her there.
You had that ready.
I mean, I'm judging Laura now because all these other people with birthdays are here spending their part of their birthday with us watching TNT. Where's Laura?
Can we tweet it? Can we tweet at her real quick?
I know, right? All right. Well, we do have a lot of news to get to today, and our first story here is actually a really weird update to a story we reported on Monday. So let's get that up on screen. So, Tekken producer and director Katsuhiro Harada has come back and clarified some of what was said in the Harada's Bar episode a couple of days ago about Tekken Cross Street Fighter being canceled. Apparently, that was the result of a mistranslation, and he now has come out and said, well, no, it's currently just shelved and not in active development, but it isn't actually canceled. It's just pending development. Come on, it's canceled, right? I mean, can we not just
maybe he's
put this to
hopeful.
rest? Maybe he's hopeful. I mean, I'm not obviously my word versus Harada-san means nothing. If he says it's still, just pending, then it's just pending. But I just feel like there's no way this game is going to get made. It's not going to restart development, right, you guys?
Wait, when did it get announced?
7 years ago, I want to say.
7 years ago.
Something like
that.
a
long time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He says in his. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I was just like you never know if stranger things have happened. Then I look at Geeky Griffin in the patron chat and be like, well, Dread is coming out. So.
I was going to say Metroid Dread did restart development. Like
stranger things have happened.
Metroid Dread happened. Duke Nukem Forever released.
Star Fox 2.
Yeah, Star Fox 2 we got.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm issuing an ultimatum, though. If all these games can happen, and if Tekken Cross Street Fighter does ultimately restart development someday, I demand Mega Man Legends 3 do the same. I demand it. Demand it. Come on. So in his twit longer, Harada-san says, we are still hopeful that Tekken Cross Street Fighter will resume development when the opportunity arises. However, such a title cannot be moved just for the convenience of one company in terms of marketing and branding, and it also affects each other's development resources. For now, we are just waiting for the right opportunity. So, I mean, he could just
like how he breaks down Japanese so you know, like that's the meaning, so you know exactly what he's saying. Like, this is what I meant. This is how it can be interpreted. This is how it goes.
I don't think he would go so far. Like, if this game really was canceled, clearly he wants this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, he certainly does. I don't know if I believe that it will, but again, I mean, weirder things have. Again, like we just said, Metroid Dread.
He seemed very proud of that Chun-Li model during that thing. It's like, it feels like that's something he wants to show off. It feels like.
Yeah. I mean, and look, and Ant Ditto M, I love that name. Ant Ditto M in our live audience patron chat says FF7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 all released. And I mean, obviously those are never canceled, but FF7 Remake being a thing that made it to retail, that's pretty wild too. So I guess Tekken Cross Street Fighter wouldn't actually be that weird if it ever does get finished.
I do always like when games go in development hell, I guess, because that it leaves room for the inevitable really hype announcement at some E3 some point down the line. Like Last Guardian was just in hell for the longest time, and then they brought it back, and it was super exciting. So it could be like that.
I mean, same sort of thing happened with Versus 13 becoming Final Fantasy 15. I mean, I remember losing my mind at that. I was like, oh crap, it became the next mainline. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That'd be really cool.
In a way, Tekken Cross Street Fighter is coming out in like 2 days with Kazuya and Smash Brothers.
I know, right? We mentioned that on Monday, how it's all kind of come full circle with
when is that presentation again? I completely forget.
Monday the 28th.
The 28th.
At 7 a.m. Pacific. It's one of those damn 7 a.m. Pacific presentations.
I was getting greedy. I thought it was earlier than that.
I know. I wish it was. But as much as I don't like mornings, I'm not a morning person, I will always get up at whatever early-ass hour in the morning Sakurai wants me to watch one of his presentations. I don't care.
Are you a Tekken guy, Ant? What was your thoughts on Kazuya? Like, did you have any reaction at all?
I mean, I can appreciate... I appreciate Tekken enough to know that it is a good addition to Smash. And it's one of the fighting games I guess I do like, but I'm just not really a big fighting game guy. But I like the fighting characters in Smash with their unique move styles, like Terry and whatnot. So I'm excited. Nice. But the announcement, I was like, oh, cool.
That's kind of where I was at first, and then the more I reflected on it, the more I'm like, you know what, Tekken's hype. It's the marquee 3D fighting game series, pretty much. You know, Street Fighter, Fatal Fury are here. Tekken, hell yeah, should be here too.
And so Namco was bound to get another rep, so it needed it. It was perfect.
They deserved it.
There was a Bandai sale happening on Steam, and I think I got Tekken 7 for like 85% off. And I was like, this is great. Nice. Now I can do some research.
I've been listening to a lot of Tekken music. I already listen to Tekken music because I love the Bandai Namco sound team, but I've been re-listening to a lot of Tekken music and kind of expanding into other Tekken games I hadn't listened to before, just to kind of prepare myself for the presentation and, you know, get hype for what Tekken music that we're going to get with Kazuya, because Tekken soundtracks slap, you guys, especially if you're into like electronic music and trance and drum and bass like I am. Really great stuff in the Tekken series. So it's exciting. We'll see what happens with Tekken Cross Street Fighter. I don't really actively expect it to ever come back, but as we said, weirder things have happened, so we'll see. Before we move on to the next news story, though, we do have a couple more super chats. First of all, we have $5 Canadian from Bongo Lover, one of our newest executive producers here at GVG, saying, "Unfortunately, Danimals didn't give a symphony right after Sonic." I know that was the hope, right? That we'd get.
There was Totino's when we really needed them.
yeah, exactly. So I love that this has become the meme and the joke that will never die. Just Bongo the Danimals monkey, man. This is gonna go far.
Just because he showed up in a Sonic game of all things.
Yeah. I love it. We also have $20 from a Nerd's Ramblings. Thank you so much. They saying, "Hey everyone, about to start a shift at work, but glad I could finally catch a bit of a live show for once. Question for you all: would you like a new Mario and Luigi game on Switch? Nintendo owns the IP, even if no Alpha Dream." Well, thank you so much for your donation, a Nerd's Ramblings, and
I would love to say no.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let me see what you got.
I would like Alpha Dream to be involved, but I'm certainly not going to say no to the Mario and Luigi series continuing. But I do think it needs an injection of life or some originality. I'm not sure, just because Paper Jam wasn't it.
I would hope.
So, I'll counterpoint and say I don't, because I'd want a Wario and Waluigi game of the same style.
There you go.
150%. Yeah.
So,
yeah. We've talked many times on the show before about Wario and Waluigi partners in crime, and I feel like that just makes itself.
It writes itself.
I think there's a good opportunity with Mario and Luigi, or Wario and Waluigi, if we go down that road. With the Switch, since not only is it an HD console, but every Switch comes with 2 Joy-Cons, and I could see them coming up with a neat 2-player concept, especially if you have the Neon set, which already has a red and a blue Joy-Con, or I guess it'd be red and green, but close enough. I think there's some opportunities there for some cool co-op in a Mario and Luigi game.
There is an artist on Twitter. I need to look up their name real quick, but they've done a few concept art of
the fake box arts.
Yeah, Neo Geo Watch. His fake box arts for like concepts like where they join up with Donkey Kong, or it's Wario and Waluigi, or they team up with the princesses. It's like, that's a really good style. It's like, dang it, I want those.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And as CSOR24 in our live audience patron chat points out very rightly, hey, an excuse for more Yoko Shimomura music is fine with me.
Also,
yeah.
Good
100%.
I am seeing some Dream Team hate though that I won't abide. Paper Jam I'm not going to defend, but Dream Team, it's too long, but I love that game.
Yeah, Dream Team is a great game.
I love that game. Thank you.
Yeah. I will defend that game till I die.
Yes, I love Dream Team.
I just played it last year, and it is pretty mid. It's just the longness really kills it. A lot of good stuff, but that longness.
It's about
I think it's one of those things that I enjoyed the first time. I think if I go back to it, my opinion might drop a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dream Team definitely has some pacing issues, but everything else about it, other than it being a little too long, I love that.
For sure.
I just love that game. Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Well, going from talking about a game I love to a new story that I love even more, maybe. Let's go ahead and
real
get
quick,
that.
Ash. Bongo Lover had a second donation.
Oh, it didn't show up last time. Okay, I see it.
Yeah,
saying Yakuza. Thank you. Yakuza got a new karaoke song, Baka Mitai Danimals version. Dame Dame Danimals. I wish that was a thing. There should be Danimals music in Yakuza.
That sounds too plausible.
Yeah, I guess the weirdness almost works out too well, right?
Right?
Yeah. But thank you for both donations, Bongo Lover, and I love your absolute and utter devotion to Bongo, much like our good friend Jesse is devoted to Kiddy Kong. I love the absolute devotion to this character. It's great. All right. Well, speaking of that news story I'm really excited about, let's go ahead and get our second topic up on screen. And PAX has just confirmed that PAX West will officially be an in-person event again this year, with reduced capacity, of course. But badges are going on sale in the next 2 weeks. They are saying they're going to be taking safety measures. We'll have to see how that shakes out. I hope they're as serious as they seem to be about taking precautionary measures. I hope, there's a mask mandate. Personally, I would prefer a vaccine, requirement, but I understand they can't necessarily do that. But hopefully they'll at least be enforcing mask mandates or whatever. But all I know is I'm vaccinated and I'm going. Steve, I know you're going too, man. I know you're not here right now with me, but
he's popping off in the chat right now.
He's in the.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, there he is.
Look at the live audience. He's been in there for a while.
Live at PAX West. Hell yeah, nice. Yeah, we will be doing that. I know, Derek, you're not sure if you can make it, but
I'll be honest. I think that is. I forget the exact date, but that is that is a little bit before my mom's wedding. So
that is very important.
So I don't know if I'll be able to make that one. So I just, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, the timing doesn't quite seem right. I don't even know if I'll be able to make too many games in,
Yeah.
what is it, October?
Yeah.
So.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm not, I mean, this will be the first live show for GVG, not as a full team, unfortunately, because it's not a full team unless Derek is with us, but at least part of us will be there in person. We will certainly be doing a fan meetup at some point. Steve and I will be eating chicken, drinking booze. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. And I'm going to see all my friends again. I'm going to see all my industry friends, developers, media people. I'm just so excited to be able to go back to an in-person show again. I probably wouldn't be if I wasn't vaccinated because I'd be scared about the risk, but that's why I got vaccinated, baby. So let's do it.
It's just exciting in general, man. Being able to plan out going to events and stuff again.
Right.
It's crazy. Sadly, I'll be in Seattle like 2 weeks before that, so I won't be able to do that.
Oh,
But PAX East, if that goes as according to schedule, I'll be there. And it's just exciting. No, and especially when it's the industry too. Just there's going to be cool news. A lot of videos will be coming out. It's just an exciting time all around.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's just I have missed the in-person element of the kind of work we do so much. Not only seeing fellow content creators, but meeting fans face to face, seeing my developer friends. I have a lot of indie developer friends that I would just catch up with every show. And I was lucky to be able to just skirt by with PAX East 2020. I went to that show. Derek and I both did.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, we were both incredibly lucky that we didn't contract anything, COVID or anything else, just because that wasn't the very beginning of the pandemic. Oh, well, Derek, you said you thought you might have.
Well,
here's
the thing is, Amy, we don't know if she actually had COVID, but she did get sick, very sick. And had to come down and basically live with her for a while. This is right around the time we found out about Kai as well. But she was not doing too well. And February, that was in March, that was early March. And February, that was me going all over the place while this was starting to happen. So I was in San Francisco, I was in LA, I was in New York, and I was in Boston. So
I remember this.
A lot of airports, a lot of opportunities to pick it up. So
I
said many times, it's like, sorry, Amy.
I mean, that's going to be the thing now. If we go back to conventions, we got to be prepared to just get sick from normal convention stuff.
Right, just regular convention.
Just regular convention stuff.
Yeah. The way I see it, from this point on, maybe it might be a good idea
to have people still wear the masks, even though
that's what I was going to say. Pandemic or not, if we're at a convention, just put your mask on.
Yeah, and I really do hope that PAX is good about enforcing that. Because clearly not everyone there is going to be vaccinated, and they can't enforce that. I get that,
right?
But just enforce the mask mandate, please. I'll be there regardless because, again, I'm hype. I'm just so excited to be able to go back to shows in person again. And also, that's also part of what we need to be doing. We got to be at these shows. And so it's just time to start doing that again. But I am hoping that this is the start of every show reopening. PAX East, of course, assuming it's safe. We don't know what the situation will look like at PAX East time next year. I'd certainly safety first always. But I'm hoping the situation continues to improve such that it will be safe to have these shows.
Please.
Speaking of safety and vaccinations, Yu Narukami in our patron live audience chat is saying, I'm getting my second vaccine on Saturday. Send pure bliss vibes to me. I'm nervous. Well, we're absolutely sending you our best vibes. And someone actually did mention this in the chat, and I co-signed on that. Oh, yeah, Skull Kid Tiger says, drink lots of water and take ibuprofen. I didn't take ibuprofen, but I do co-sign on drinking a lot of water before your vaccine. I drank a gallon of water the day before and the day of my vaccine, and I didn't feel much at all. So definitely hydrate yourself as much as you can.
I drink a lot of zero sugar Gatorade. I don't know if that really helps the electrolytes and stuff, but it got me by.
I was lucky enough to not have any side effects, and I was surprised, being a type 1 diabetic, because I had heard that other diabetics were having some reactions. I had no reaction, but my wife, when she got her second dose, she was just bedridden for like 3 days. It was intense. So definitely be careful and take care of yourself.
It definitely seems.
I still need to get mine all set up. I haven't had a chance.
I forgot that you haven't even gotten your vaccine yet, Derek. That's right.
No, I need to.
Especially with the kids going back to school and stuff, you do need to get it, man. Because you don't want them to bring it back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So we do have another donation from Black Ninja for $2, saying, "Hey everyone, here's 50 cents for the handsome peeps. Thank you very much."
I am seeing some folks in the chat saying, "Don't take ibuprofen before your vaccine. It might affect its efficacy. So
Good
maybe
point.
don't do that.
I feel like I have heard about that as well. So maybe hold off on that, but certainly drink a bunch of water.
Mhm.
Definitely do
100%.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Going back to PAX really quick, badges are going on sale in the next couple of weeks, apparently. So you look forward to that. And Steve and I will, of course, be keeping our ears to the media badge situation or content creator badge situation, whatever we qualify as this year. Seems to vary from year to year. But yeah, we're hype. I know Steve has been popping off in our live audience chat talking about how
He's also
excited he is.
plugging our
Also-
masks.
He-
The
Right.
GVG mask.
Yeah,
that
He
sells.
is.
Good point. Yeah, we have GVG masks you can purchase
Oh, I
right down
forgot.
below
That's really
in
cool.
the video description.
I'm just saying, the voice of God's going to be free.
Hell yeah.
There
Take a
you go.
sip.
Also, Steve has Derek, get ready because Steve has officially coined your house as GVG East. It
Oh,
says
boy.
Derek is officially GVG East. Meet up at Derek's house. Here we go, says Samosa Aaron or Critmonger. So apparently your place is where PAX East is happening, man, now. So
That's I don't think I have the room.
I mean, you
That's a
better
little
figure it
tough.
out, right?
I was in
Yeah.
the small text in the contract. It's too
Yeah.
late.
You can
Yeah,
charge venue
right.
fee. That'd be good.
There
Make
you
some
go.
money off of it.
Yeah.
Actually, there you go. Just pile in. It's like, all right, $50. I don't have any. I don't have much, but there you go.
Well, moving on from something incredibly hype to something incredibly embarrassing and unfortunate, let's go ahead and move on to our next news story. So, Marvel's Avengers is just the game, the gift that keeps on giving, and a new patch just dropped for this game not too long ago that apparently has started showing, it causes a bug that shows people's IP addresses on screen during the game. So if you're streaming it, your people's IP addresses can just be plopped across the screen, and I feel so bad for Crystal Dynamics at this point, man. I just this game cannot get a break.
You know
This is
that this had to be
at
like
one
the
point-
simplest mistake too, right? And the
I
guy
know.
who did it probably feels awful, and I
Oh, I
hate
know.
that for this person.
I hate it because obviously it was not, this was certainly not on purpose. It was just an
Oh, for sure.
oversight, but it was the worst kind of oversight when it comes
Yeah.
to player security and network security. And it was supposed to do things like it reduced the number of heroic gauntlets needed to complete the mega high from 8 to 4. I'm going to pretend I know what that means. Updates about the cosmic threat event, something about the beating the odds villain sector. Clearly, I haven't played enough Avengers to know what any of this means. But for people who are still into the game, I love the dedication. I love that they're still, adding new stuff to the game. They're certainly have been
They're
supporting.
trying to
post
save it.
launch. They're trying to save it, but
Mhm.
it just feels like it's always one step forward, 2 or 3 steps back with them. And I, not with Crystal Dynamics in general, but with Avengers specifically. And
I gotta tell myself
Man.
with this. I bought this game at launch,
Yeah.
and then I upgraded to the PS5 version. I have still never launched the game. I am just
Really?
waiting and waiting and waiting for the game to maybe be in a better state, because I love Avengers and I love Marvel.
Yeah.
And I
Of
believe in
course.
this team, but it's just not happening.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
I've heard nothing good about this game. Just
Not
nothing.
really.
Yeah.
I played maybe the first third of the campaign or so, and I enjoyed the gameplay itself enough to go back and at least finish the campaign. For me, it's a shame because there is the skeleton of a good game here. It's the connective tissue that just makes everything fall apart. Like all the Destiny like loot box style stuff. None of that was necessary, in my opinion at least. And if you just focused on the core combat, making it a great single player experience, I think this could have succeeded. And that's what they're trying to do with Guardians of the Galaxy, of course. So, a different team, of course, but they are trying to have that be a bit more of a focused development. But
It looks like
Here's
a
a- here's
patch
a
went
good
live
game
to fix
here.
this.
okay,
Okay.
I was wondering if a patch had already gone live.
I
to
have
fix
I
it.
have to
That's good.
imagine it's probably pretty quick. Although it was
Yeah.
pretty funny to see the official Avengers Twitter saying, "We are aware of the issue where a floating string of text appears on the screen and are investigating."
Yeah.
A floating string of text.
That's
Yeah.
true. They weren't lying.
Not
Yeah.
not IP addresses, but a floating string of text. I don't blame them for not being honest about that part, just because that, or at least not being totally forthcoming with that part, because that obviously is what makes it sound really bad. But
yes, it is really bad.
yeah,
sorry for doxing you.
Obviously, yeah, exactly.
Well, only if you stream. And I can't imagine there's too many streamers of this game. There probably is a decent amount, but not a lot.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's the silver lining here is that there aren't that many people left playing it, especially streaming it. So I guess maybe the damage done was somewhat minimized, but still the damage was done. And this, this patch introduced a very serious security flaw, in the game. And I want them to succeed. I feel bad for this team, but it just seems like it continues to go downhill for them.
And when you humanize the developers, for sure, but as an outsider, sometimes it's entertaining to see the train crash that just never ends. Don't wish that upon any developer, but since it's happening, it's kind of just wild to watch.
It's just a comedy of errors, and you're just stuck like, when will it end?
Yeah, just keep it's hard because it's like a train wreck you can't look away from. But at the same time, I always try to remind myself at the end of the day, there are people behind the games we love and play every day, and there are people who are personally affected by this. There's a human cost to things like this happening, and my heart goes out to whichever person or people are responsible for the oversight that led to this, because I'm sure they're not having a good day, and my heart goes out to you. And it's really unfortunate.
I hope they still have a job.
Yeah,
I know that exactly. I'm like, I hope no one got fired over this. I can see why they would, again, because this is directly involving user player security, and I get it, but I hope nobody lost their job over this. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Before we move on to the next story, we do have another $2 Canadian donation from Bongo Lover again, saying Bongo wants to be your god. You know what? Sure. I mean, there are worse candidates to be my god, right? I mean, that means I get Danimals yogurt for the rest of my life.
Chopped liver.
I've had it, and well,
that's true.
It might be better than I give it credit for. I don't know. When I tried it the other day, I kind of forgot to shake it, so it might be better if I actually, shake the bottle before.
I'm about to gag. As someone who doesn't like yogurt, that almost made me gag.
Oh, when I drank it.
Oh my god.
Derek, are you saying you forgot to shake your bongo?
Yes, I did.
We keep talking about this. Ant is never going to come back.
I know. It's like, oh, these people.
Yeah, I'm missing out on the GVG lore.
Well, this all stems from us reporting on the really weird story several weeks ago at this point that Bongo the Danimals monkey was joining the Sonic mobile game as a playable character. Yeah,
which is still going on. I mean, technically, if I played the game, I could get that right now.
So weird. And so, and that from there, the whole Bongo thing just kind of took on a life of its own. Bongo Lover is one of our newest executive producers now, and just there are always Bongo jokes.
Is anyone repping the Yo-Noid yet, since he showed up in the Crash mobile game?
Not yet, surprisingly.
It didn't quite happen in the same way for some reason. So
you have a Yo-Noid fan base position that still needs to be filled.
We got the... I think this random monkey just did better than with Sonic. It's the difference between Sonic and Crash. I think.
I think that's what it is. It's just the Sonic's natural mimetic quality. Just kind of, it was a perfect combination of things. But just to be very clear, Derek, going forward, you can shake your bongo for me anytime, man. I just want to be very clear on that. Front.
We're family here.
Do we have HR?
We're family here, man. We've done bathtub streams. We're fine. Wow. We're fine. Yeah. I apologize, Ant. I'm so sorry.
We'll save this for the after show.
There we go.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, speaking of Sonic, we have we have one more super chat from Black Ninja again. $5 US. Thank you so much. Saying, I'd like to ask, when it comes to knowing digital stores aren't forever, what's your process to pick which games to buy before the stores go down? Well, Derek, you did videos on this. You could probably comment on this better than.
God. Me, right? I didn't even do great on this because, I mean, I covered the whole PlayStation, the PSN thing, and I was going to be basically the best idea I can give you is set a budget, because you're not going to be able to buy everything. Just set a budget for yourself and figure out what basically is going to be gone forever, and you're going to have a really hard time getting. One of the things I forgot, I remembered Castlevania Rondo of Blood when the Wii shop was going down, but I completely forgot about Castlevania. What's the Game Boy? Castlevania the Adventure
or Rebirth?
Rebirth, that's it.
Rebirth, right.
Completely forgot about that one, and it's like, dang it, I missed the Rebirth games. So definitely try to find as much as you can, like a complete list, so you can really look and see what you might just not be able to find out. Unfortunately, it just takes a lot of research.
That's one of the best things about the stores closing, even though it's like a bad thing. It gets people talking and then highlighting the games that were good, because otherwise it could just be a minefield. So at least people start talking about the game, so you won't know unless the stores start to close. So it's a weird double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you mentioned minefields, Ant, because that serves as the perfect segue to our next story, having also to do with Sonic's 30th anniversary. So let's get that up on screen.
Nice.
So there is a bunch of continuing developing news on the Sonic 30th anniversary front. First and foremost being right now that Sonic's coming to Minecraft. There's a whole Sonic DLC pack coming to Minecraft. I believe it's actually already out now. And
yes.
Yeah, no, it's available now. And I've watched this trailer a couple of times, and this is by far the most interested I've ever personally been in Minecraft. This looks fun as hell, you guys.
So I bought it.
Okay.
It's the only time I've ever spent money in Minecraft. It is one of the jankest things I've ever played in my entire life.
Tell me that. No.
It's not bad, but it is jank beyond belief.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't jank.
Yeah.
For one, I bought it on Switch initially, and the Switch is not ready to handle the speed that Sonic goes. So luckily, I guess because it's Minecraft Bedrock, my purchase transferred to my Series X, which can run it just a little bit better. It's very jank. There's a lot of cool fan service. You start off in like Tails' like garage hut, and there's fan service all over the place. There's like Wisp plushes. One of the Wisps is an Enderman Wisp. So it's like this weird crossover.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
There's a jukebox that plays different random Sonic music. It plays as one of the tunes from Sonic Mega Collection, and I was like, oh my god, okay.
Wow. Okay.
So fan service wise, really cool. Gameplay wise, it's not. I
mean, you can kind of see that in the trailer too. It's like some points where it seems like it's struggling, or Sonic's looking a little blippy.
Oh my god! If you go through a loop on the Switch version, oh my god, this is so bad.
Oh man,
so
I gotta say though, it caught me off guard because I was streaming at the time when somebody's like, "Hey, Sonic's coming to Minecraft." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I just imagining something in the same vein as Mario in Minecraft. It's just like, oh, they're just replacing things. Not a full-on. I don't know. Is it a full-on campaign?
That's the thing, is that there is a game part to it, and it's not good. So there's Green Hill, Chemical Plant, and Sky Sanctuary, and there's like an achievement board right off the bat where it says get to Act 5, and I'm like, oh, dude, cool. 5 acts per stage. You do 1 act, and it's like, okay, cool. Act 2, it's the same exact level. You just keep doing the same level over and over again. Some bits are kind of different.
Don't go chaotix. You never go chaotix.
No, it's like exactly the same. It's like note for note, except for like a couple enemies seem to change. But you're trying to accumulate rings to buy Amy and Shadow as playable. It's unfortunate because I was hoping like the Mario DLC was cool. Just explore the Mushroom Kingdom. There's Mario music. It's really cool. I was hoping that for Sonic, and the Tails Garage thing is really cool. But man, the game itself.
That's disappointing to hear because I was interested in this.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. That's a shame. Although I do appreciate what you were saying about the things being very good on the fan service front, because Lisa Tigert in our YouTube chat here says Tails doll is apparently in the DLC, which deep cut. That's really cool. And I think Howard also says they brought back Metal Knuckles from Sonic R as well, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like when you go upstairs next to the jukebox, there's like a Mario and Sonic Olympics games arcade machine. There's like there's a stack of Genesis games, and it is very clearly just a stack of Sonic and Knuckles, because you can tell the Sonic and Knuckles emblem, but just in like 6 pixels. The tornado is there. Shadow's motorcycle is there. So there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. But yeah, just the game that they were trying to make falls flat. But fan service is really cool. Is it worth the $7? Probably not, but it's still pretty cool.
There's something about Sonic and crossovers that just gets so much fan service in there, because it really does remind me of Lego Dimensions and the Sonic stuff in there, which I didn't even realize Sonic didn't have a Lego set in Lego. They made it up for that game. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, according to Juan in our live audience chat, apparently Infinite is also playable in this DLC pack, which is
I
wild.
think there's skins, because I think there's only
skins.
5 playable characters. Because someone said I think I heard that Mighty is in there too, but I think it's just a skin.
Okay.
I couldn't stomach playing through all of it personally, but I would believe whatever anyone else says.
I'm honestly surprised there's multiple playable characters to begin with, because like with the Mario DLC, they were all skins. So this is kind of unique.
Yep. All different characters. You can do a spin dash with Sonic. You can glide as Knuckles. So it's cool, but yeah, it's just the levels weren't really built for it well. Sadly.
Right. Yeah.
Jet said in our live audience chat says Steve and Tails doll both have that dead stare. I don't think I ever thought I'd hear Steve likened to Tails doll, but there you go. I wish he was here
comes
so I
the Steve doll.
The best part came from the Twitter account that said now it's Sonic's turn to get yeeted into Minecraft.
Right.
Because Sonic yeeted Mario into Minecraft for Smash.
Oh.
Oh, right.
POV, you're going to Minecraft.
Yeah.
Common Bird in our YouTube chat says, I wasn't feeling well today, but watching GVG with AntDude does make this day better. Hell yeah, I agree. Having AntDude here with us does make today better. And Common Bird, we hope you feel better. Good vibes from all of us over here on the show.
Oh, man.
So this isn't the only...
Well, one other little fun thing is Sonic Boss in the YouTube chat says there's a Knuckles hat for the OVA.
Yeah. That part.
Cool.
That's sick.
I popped off for that. Knuckles is like at
hat needs to become
boxing,
canon.
and his hat is there. Oh, that was so cool.
That hat needs to become
actually
canon
really
because too many people love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh god, Sonic also Sonic has a chili dog couch, and it's the most disturbing thing I've ever seen. It's just this oversized bent chili dog. Oh god, it's so weird.
An oversized bent chili dog. That's going in out of context for sure. That's pretty ripe for it.
I mean, we were getting chili dogs out the wazoo with Devolver Digital, so it's just like, geez.
Oh, it's true. Which I was so hungry during that stream. I was like, I don't know if I've ever wanted chili dogs so badly in my life. But speaking of Sonic and chili dogs and more news, there is more Sonic 30th anniversary news to cover. Sonic Stadium got an exclusive interview with Takashi Iizuka, and just a few new news bits here. But apparently, Sonic Origins, quote unquote, won't be running off emulation, which is interesting. It seems like they're maybe rebuilding them from the ground up,
like
more. Sorry,
like actual ports.
Yeah, like they're actual. Maybe that means they're actual ports that are like built from the ground up for modern platforms. I mean, I guess the adoption of 16:9 kind of supports that theory, but it's not just running off emulation, which is cool. And apparently, more classic Sonic games are being considered to be remastered for modern platforms. It's hard to know what that means from the wording of the interview. I'm personally hoping they mean like Adventure 2, Heroes, that stuff. But it's hard to say. But apparently, what we're getting in Sonic Origins may not be all they're doing. There's always the chance we could get more.
Sonic 8-bit collection and 3D Blast.
Oh man,
finally,
that would be awesome to get. Not only Sonic's 8-bit collection, but please port the Saturn version specifically of Sonic 3D Blast. First of all, 3D Blast isn't the horrible game that sometimes people like to say.
I enjoyed it. I never beat it because it does get tough.
It does get really hard, and it's not like a great game by any means, but it's fun in its own way. And a lot of people don't realize that the Saturn version had its own exclusive soundtrack, completely separate from the Mega Drive version. And it's a Richard Jacques banger. Like, it's one of Richard Jacques' best soundtracks ever. But you can only play this version on Saturn. And I really want to get specifically that version playable on modern platforms. I know that's
I've never played the Saturn version. I only had the Genesis version.
Yeah, no, the Saturn version's great, and it has its own special stages too. Based on Sonic 2's Half Pipe. In fact, you could even, I would say, it's probably the best version of the Sonic 2 Half Pipe special stage. It really is that good.
I know it's not good, but I wouldn't mind if Knuckles Chaotix got a re-release because I don't think it's ever happened, right?
No, there are so many Sonic games. I feel like it would just be easy money for them to just port. They would satisfy so many people. I want like the old Sega Sonic arcade game,
right?
That'd
be tough to port, but it'd be because it's all about rolling a ball. But I feel like there's something you can do with it.
For sure.
Right.
I know Sonic Unleashed never got like a PC port. I feel like that's easy money for them.
Yeah, Sonic Unleashed. I mean, Sonic Generations. Hell, I mean that too. Those games are obviously playable to a different degree on recent platforms, but it'd still be nice to get all of these games easily playable on modern platforms. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But it is just exciting that Sonic Origins may not be all we're getting in terms of Sonic's back catalog on modern systems. And the idea that it's not running off emulation is also interesting. And they did tease during the Sonic Origins announcement that there are other features coming to these specific versions of the games in Sonic Origins, and I just can't wait to find out what, are the everything from the Christian Whitehead versions where you have Tails and Knuckles playable in Sonic 1, you get Super Sonic, there's so much they can do. And
get Mighty and Ray in all of all of the old games.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Mighty and Ray, yeah, exactly. I mean, we're all here, of course, everyone on this show today is a huge Sonic fan, I would say. So we're just excited to see what we get, I guess. And that's not even it. There is one more bit of news to talk about here related to Sonic's 30th anniversary. This is getting a little weird. So apparently Sega is hard at work turning Sonic into a VTuber. Let that percolate a little bit. Just imagine.
It makes an odd amount of sense.
It does in a weird way, right?
Especially because of those Twitter days.
I'm kind of into this, not gonna lie.
So this is apparently this comes from Silicon Era, and this comes from Sega's art director Kazuyuki Hoshino. They're saying that his team is working on turning Sonic into a VTuber, and that this will come as part of a new broadcast project. Don't exactly know what that latter part means, but I am looking forward to seeing Sonic VTuber madness. I feel like the possibility for mimetic weirdness here is just literally endless. It is like the possibilities are endless, which that's a fun.
If we can have it where like Sonic is giving director's commentary over his old games, like what he was thinking when he was running through Green Hill Zone, that'd be the real money.
I want Roger Craig Smith VTubing Sonic. That's what I want.
Right, and just have Aaron Weber next to him, like, here you go, just writing furiously. Here, say this.
I want this to go beyond Sonic, though. I want to see Sonic play some Mario games and just riff on them the whole time.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The possibilities really are just incredible here. I mean, riffing on Mario games. You could play Mega Man games and riff on the comic crossover that happened. That'd be a lot of fun. There's just so much they can do with Sonic as a VTuber. But that's not all they're thinking of doing. So Hoshino also stated that the team's next goal is to open up a Sonic theme park. And this is due to the success of the recent Sonic movie. Right? That would be
an awesome roller coaster out of it.
Yeah, I immediately think of a roller coaster.
Yeah. I would be there immediately for a Sonic theme park. I mean, I still want to go to Super Nintendo World, of course, but even more than that, I would want to go to a Sonic theme park, I think. Like that, that sounds like such a just dream collaboration, Sonic and theme parks.
There's a lot of potential with that. I mean, Sonic Adventure had like the bumper car thing, so you can make something out of that. Right. You can probably do some weird, trippy special stage thing. You can make collecting Chaos Emeralds a gimmick for the thing, like you can collect coins in the Nintendo world. There's potential there for sure.
They could have like a Chow Garden lounge.
Oh, I love that.
Raise and take home your own Chow. That'd be fun.
Great. Yeah. Big fishing pond. They could do like a total like a Knuckles style roller coaster where you're like the Superman style roller coasters where you're hanging like this, like he's gliding. That's perfect.
Oh,
like,
that is perfect.
You can do some sort of flight ride with Tails. I mean, they're
really... little kids ride. We have Tails like, just inside Tails, or Tails holding up a cage or something, and your kids fly around in it. It'd be fun.
Right. If it rains, they can play Open Your Heart and just make you think you're about to deal with your impending doom and chaos.
There's
just have Eggman doing the speech from the beginning of Sonic Adventures. Fool, it's chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Vector's computer room. I don't know what you do there, but Vector's computer room has to be a thing.
It's an arcade. It's an arcade.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That works. Yeah,
sure.
The Vector's computer room arcade. I love that idea. See, all these ideas are free, Sega. I hope you're writing these down because
I can totally see like a photo op. It's like the Sonic Genesis title screen, except Sonic isn't in the emblem. You can go in the emblem yourself and take a photo.
Oh, that's fun.
This is just made to be a thing that needs to happen. I hope it comes through. I hope they actually do.
112 points out. There is literally a level called Asteroid Coaster. Make that like Space Mountain.
Oh man, yeah. And that ties in with the resurgence of Sonic Colors as well. Oh, there's too much good stuff they could do with this. I really hope they do. We'll see what happens. Before we move on, and that actually isn't the end of our Sonic news during the show, but we have one more topic later on in the show, so look forward to that. But before we move on, we do have a few super chats to read out. This is getting a little weird. So first is $2 from Skull Kid Tiger. I almost want to read this. Does Bongo baptize people in holy animals? Oh my god!
I don't even want to know.
I don't think I want to know. You know what?
Can this show be monetized?
After that, probably not. I'm not sure. Oh my god. Well, I'm going to leave that up to your headcanon. Whether or not Bongo baptizes people in holy animals, that is up to your headcanon. If you want him to, then he does. If you don't, then he doesn't. There you go. Thank you so much.
Leave that there.
Yeah. Also, $2 Canadian from Bongo Lover saying, AntDude wants some Danimal strawberry yogurt. I got you. Do you want some Danimal strawberry yogurt, AntDude?
I'm good. I'm fasting, so I'll be all right.
Fasting.
Fair enough. Man, but Danimals has gotten weird, man. It's just getting, wow.
It's getting really kind of pushy.
Yeah, I love it. Also, a $1.12 donation, of course, from 112. No comment, just a donation. Thank you so much, 112. And finally, $5 Canadian from Matt Krins, who says collab with Coroni Win. I'm gonna sound ignorant here, but I'm
Corone
sorry.
Have you ever heard the anime girl going Ikam Bukum when she was playing Banjo Kazooie? Oh,
she's a dog VTuber.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Probably the most prolific.
As far as I can tell, the most popular one and extremely adorable from everything I've seen, because she kind of imitates things. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, no, I appreciate
Did we note that 112's donation was $1.12?
Yeah,
we did.
Okay.
It's on brand.
Going back up in the YouTube chat a bit, No Sardines for You mentioned Shadow's shooting range for another Sonic.
Oh my god!
It's perfect. It's ridiculous how well all these work.
So
now you can be an Edgelord.
Do you try to hit the president or try not to hit the president? Because there is a level in Shadow the Hedgehog where you try to kill the president.
That's true. Maybe you try to hit that damn 4th Chaos Emerald.
I want a gift shop now where they just sell the Sonic and Shadow picture that was on the president's desk.
I want it.
Yeah.
I want it.
Going
just
back
put your own house behind it.
Oh my god.
Evernight Studios says holy danimals are words they never expected to hear even on GVG. You're not the only one. That is one of the top 5 wackiest super chats, I think, in the history of the show. Maybe even top 3. I love it. It's extremely disturbing, the thought, but it also makes for comedy gold. So
speaking of disturbing, Ash, I'm gonna lay up that one for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So perfect. Yeah. So speaking of disturbing, thank you, Derek. This next news story certainly qualifies as that. Let's get that up on screen. So for some reason, Forever Entertainment just keeps getting partnerships, and Forever Entertainment, if you'll recall, is the developer behind the somewhat middling Panzer Dragoon remake. And hot on the heels of them inking a similar deal with Square Enix, they have now inked another deal with Nintendo, of all publishers, to receive financial backing from them in exchange for games developed for them. I don't know what it is that everyone else sees in Forever.
They sold their soul to Satan because what the hell?
I mean, look,
sure
I played a little bit of Panzer Dragoon Remake, and it wasn't the worst thing ever. I mean, it was okay, but it was certainly not anything special. And all accounts are pointing to House of the Dead Remake also not being anything too spectacular either. We'll find out when it comes out. But what is it about Forever Entertainment that's getting them these giant publishing partners?
Are those the only 2 games that they've done?
They also did the Fear Effect new game. Nobody remembers.
Oh, okay.
Senna, right?
Yeah.
Fear Effect.
So
Senna, yeah.
I have to wonder if they're
look that up.
offering up these deals for cheap.
Oh, they must.
They have to be.
Because I can't imagine them striking these deals with these big companies any other way.
Yeah, I just don't know what the draw is for Nintendo or Square Enix, given at least so far that their output hasn't been great. Again, not the worst ever, but it just hasn't been.
Normally, Nintendo partnerships start when the companies themselves start with something good. So, like Koei Tecmo's good at Warriors, so let's get them to do Hyrule. Way Forward is really good at whatever they do, so Advance Wars. Crypto the Necrodancer did good. Let's make him do Cadence. Forever Entertainment, though.
Yeah.
Looking at, they have a lot of games, but
a lot of indie games they've done. Yeah.
No, I don't think any of them have really gotten any kind of momentum outside of their remake stuff.
My question would be like, what property would they handle?
Star Fox, probably.
Don't say those words to me.
They gave it to Platinum and that failed, so why not give it to someone else?
Oh, that hurts me.
I do love that they have a game called Persian Night: Sands of Wonders, which is so clearly a riff on Sands of Time. Good lord.
It's a lot of knockoffs in VR games.
Like, what IP would Nintendo want to trust to forever? I guess Star Fox maybe, but that's just a depressing thought, isn't it? I mean, Panzer Dragoon is an on-rail shooter, so I guess there is some kind of connection there, but I just can't think of a single Nintendo IP that I would trust with forever.
Just to give the people, and I'm posting a link to their games lineup on their website, in both the live audience and YouTube chat, so you can take a look at yourself, because there's a lot here, much more than I realized.
Yeah,
no, they kind of come across as like the apex of shovelware.
Yeah,
that's weird. That Panzer Dragoon sticks out like a sore thumb.
It really does.
In this lineup.
I can't get enough of the where is it? Tennis Open 2020. That is the most excited tennis player I think I've ever seen on any sort of tennis video game art. That I'm not even sure all he's doing is playing tennis, man. Good lord.
There's this game on here called Go All Out, and the little lizard dude on there reminds me so much of Star Fox Adventures.
Oh man. Yeah, and we still don't know yet what they're working on with Square. I mean, I hope it's not Chrono Trigger, because I just don't know if I trust.
I can't imagine they would give these guys. I don't even know what you'd give to these guys, honestly.
And that's the thing, is I feel bad because I don't want to say they can't deliver, but just so far, based on what we've seen, they're just not. They're fine. They're not great, and I just don't know what Nintendo IP is good for that. Star Fox deserves better than just fine, right?
No, for sure.
So, yeah.
I could see it maybe if they were like handing them some kind of port project.
Maybe.
Like, port Star Fox Zero to Switch somehow.
Maybe ports, yeah.
I'm more amazed that they've managed to make as many games as they have. I've been scrolling this entire time.
Right. It's way more than I ever imagined.
AntDude in our live audience chat says Forever Entertainment, FE, Fire Emblem, FE4 remake by Forever Entertainment.
No!
All right, my God. We solved it.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have a couple tactics games in here, so...
Design Talk in our YouTube chat says, remember, Mercury Steam. Fair. That's fair.
That's true.
Mercury Steam has a hell of a... I will defend the Lords of Shadow games.
Yeah, that's the thing. They at least did the Castlevania game before Metroid.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Samosa Aaron or Critmonger in the live audience chat agrees with me. That tennis guy is way too excited for just tennis. Yep, I completely agree. I completely agree. And Sci-Fi Lullabies points out they've got at least 2 fishing simulators. Yeah, Forever Entertainment's catalog is just straight up weird. Mm-hmm. And I guess we'll see how this all shakes out between Nintendo and Square Enix. I just don't know what, other than ports, like positives.
And I wanted to point this out because
a Kid Icarus port. I could see that.
Maybe. I just wanted to point this out because the last time we talked about Forever Entertainment working with Square Enix, people were like, well, I kind of enjoyed Panzer Dragoon. And hey, that's great if you enjoyed it. But I want to show you where we're coming from, where these guys are just all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and to be fair, I mean, enough people must have, enjoyed Panzer Dragoon Remake enough, because they are remaking Panzer Dragoon 2's Way right now. So they've got both that and House of the Dead, in the wings and in development. So clearly they're doing something right, even if it's not something that we are particularly.
You got a hell of a spokesman.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see. And maybe, all this practice remaking beloved classic games will just make them better at their craft. Like I said, I don't want to completely write them off. I don't think that's fair. It's not as though the Panzer Dragoon remake was the worst thing ever. It's just, it's just kind of confusing how average their output has been so far, and yet they just seem to keep blowing up.
That's true. This reminded me of Tantalus Games or Tantalus Media, because they had kind of a lot of licensed games in their backlog, and then they ended up doing the port of Twilight Princess HD for Nintendo. So I guess this isn't completely unfounded.
No,
they might surprise us.
Right.
It's possible. Like Retro came out of nowhere. Like sometimes it happens, as mentioned in the patron chat. Toys for Bob did a lot of licensed games before this, so
it could be a thing where they have all that mobile garbage, and now with Square and Nintendo, it's a totally different era. So it could be.
Yeah.
That mobile garbage might be what funds this kind of opportunity for them.
It could be.
Yeah. Well, before we move on to the next news story, we do have one more super chat from Black Ninja again, $2, saying Square gave them FF1 through 6 too soon. Too soon, Black Ninja. That was too soon. That wound still hasn't fully scabbed over. That's
still mourning.
Yeah,
that's gonna fester for quite a while longer. So, too soon, man. But thank you again for the donation. That's very kind of you, and for all you give us so many $2 donations.
I know,
thank you again for that. Yeah. Jeez. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to our next news story, which basically boils down to don't fuck with the Pokemon Company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Pokemon Company has settled an old lawsuit, well, relatively old lawsuit over Pokemon Sword and Shield. Back before the games came out, there were a couple of leaks, some images, I guess, of the game's logos leaked, and another person leaked those images to a Discord server. And now both of those people, the person who originally took the images from wherever they found them and the person who leaked them to Discord, both have to pay $150,000 in damages and attorney fees. Was it worth it?
I mean, because this was a pretty major leak, because I'm looking up like exactly what was leaked, and it was all of the new creatures as well as other information were made public.
It wasn't
online.
just, I didn't realize it was all the new, shit.
They showed
that's right. That happened.
I remember yeah, I was on Twitter as they were coming out with my friends showing like, here's the new ones. So we were partaking in it. I can't believe that's $150,000 worth of
And all the way back in 2019, it's like they were talking about how Pokemon lawyers want to catch them and find them, and guess what? They did. And so, oof.
And the story comes from Nintendo Everything, and so it was unannounced Pokemon in alternate forms from the official strategy guide. Somehow they got a hold, I guess, of an early copy of the strategy guide or scans thereof, and just
one of the two guys worked at the printing company that these were printed at.
Okay.
Oh,
there you go. Oh yeah, I just read that now. Yeah, hired to print the strategy guide. And then a second person involved in the lawsuit ended up posting the images to Discord, where they then soon spread to a quote-unquote worldwide audience. So I hope the 15 minutes of fame was worth it, because, I'm
not even sure if they got any fame. It was just sort of like, dude, look at it spread. Mm-hmm. Which, congratulations, because my God, this is...
It's weird, because you would think at this point people would know what would happen if you did this. But these leaks still happen. These leaks still happen. I don't understand.
I'm surprised Nintendo didn't try to go litigious with the people who leaked the code for, what was it, Mario and Luigi?
I think it was
Superstar Saga on DS.
Yeah, the Superstar Saga. Or was it Bowser's Story?
Which was a major thing, because it happened right before Odyssey came out, and they massively pushed back when those codes came out. So all of a sudden, all the critics were rushing to get Odyssey done in time.
Well, that's when so many content creators like me got kicked off of the partner program because of that whole thing.
Because these people would get these codes and then just like, all right, here you go. Like, we're not supposed to show these, but what's the worst going to happen? That.
Mm-hmm.
Just takes one to ruin the fun, I guess.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, well said. And yeah, I can't. It's hard to wrap your head around having to pay $150,000 per person for leaking images from a strategy guide. But I mean, that's
basically congratulations on your second mortgage.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, hopefully it was worth it, I guess.
15 minutes of fame turned into 15 years of house payments.
Exactly. Yeah. And I trust that they at least had their own lawyer this time. I am reminded by the guy who was running that emulation site who decided to take on Nintendo without a lawyer. And
But it does mention lawyer fees. So
at least they had lawyers. But again, don't mess with the Pokemon Company because at least when it comes to leaking new Pokemon game material, because this is what happens. So there you go. Well, let's go ahead and move on to our next news story, which is pretty hype for all the anime fighting game fans in here. So, courtesy of a new... Sorry, what's that?
I put the wrong one up. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries. Courtesy of a new job listing in Japan, and this comes by way of Event Hubs, by the way. Thanks to a new job listing in Japan, there seem to be indications that either a sequel to Dragon Ball FighterZ or a different big anime fighting game appears to be in development. And this comes from the Japanese website, or the job posting in question came from the Japanese website Freelance Hub. And the posting says they're searching for a developer to work on a new fighting game based on a, quote, super famous battle manga, with all signs pointing to Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, or as Event Hub says, or the very least, the companies that made the first title with a new property. The listing doesn't reveal which developer or title it is, so we can only speculate for now. But there, as Event Hubs mentions, there are some details that can narrow down the possibilities somewhat.
A few weeks ago, I want to say I heard a rumor that they were working on a My Hero Academia fighter style game. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is that coming to fruition.
It's interesting. This article notes says, what makes us so sure this isn't going to be in just another arena fighter like My Hero One's Justice or Jump Force? Japan. It's because Japan places those kinds of titles in the action game genre. Well, this is a fighting game, so...
Well, yeah, the post it's a fighting game multiple times, apparently.
I gotta say, I mean, whether it's Dragon... I feel like I'm going to be happy no matter what this ends up being, because Fighters 2, yes. My Hero, yes. One Piece, yes. JoJo, yes.
That's what I want.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a bad result here.
No, it's true.
I'll be the one guy that asks for Naruto.
I mean,
there have been quite a few already.
Ninja Storm games are good.
They are,
at the very least.
But as the Event Hub's story does mention, Dragon Ball FighterZ got its last DLC character in March, and there hasn't really been any news on the DBFZ front since then. So it does seem like the time is right to be working on a proper sequel, like a proper follow-up, but as you guys said, whatever this ends up being, it's probably going to be a win for all of us who are into
even if this specific entry or this specific game isn't Fighters 2, there's no way in hell they aren't making a Fighters 2, because the scene behind that game was massive.
Yeah.
It got a lot of new fans in, and while there might not be an anime going on right now, they can definitely pull from the manga, and honestly, it would be really cool if they had like a filter that you could turn on that made it look more like manga. Just make it black and white and have all that
that'd
stuff
be so cool.
That'd be cool.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. Classy Metroid Kip in the live audience chat says, Brandon, they think that one was proven fake, I guess, in relation to your My Hero. Maybe I hadn't heard about that, but perhaps it is. I see a lot of people or at least a few people in our live audience chat saying they hope it's JoJo or One Piece. I feel like either one would be pretty hype. One of my best friends is like one of the biggest One Piece fans I know. He's obsessed with One Piece. Has read every one of the now over 1,000 chapters. So if it was a One Piece game, I think he'd be really hype about that.
I know Roger would probably die if it got
he'd probably expire on stream if that was if that was announced.
The funny thing is I'm behind on One Piece. I'm I'm only caught up on the anime in My Hero. I've only seen the first 3 seasons of JoJo. Even Dragon Ball, I've not read the manga, so I'm behind on that. So I'm like behind on a lot of things when it comes to these.
I'm so new to JoJo. I started JoJo last year. I finished up with it before they announced Part 6.
Oh wow!
So I'm all in now, and the idea of a Dragon Ball FighterZ themed JoJo fighter sounds incredible.
I need to sit down and just watch 4 and 5, because I hear I've heard so many people say 4 and 5 are kind of their favorites. 2 is still my favorite season right now.
5 was fantastic. I don't want to go on a whole JoJo rant and rave now, but
do it.
I didn't like Part 4 that much, which when I put on Twitter, everyone got mad at me for. It's fine.
It's funny. Literally at the same time you said that, Vedran in our live audience chat said, Part 4 is my favorite.
It's a lot of people's favorite. Yeah, no, Part 5 was about like the mafia, and it was so cool. And Part 6 is a female protagonist, and God, Part 7 is a horse race across America. Bro,
I think it's also a reboot as well.
It's a reboot, yeah. Dude, it's so dumb, but it makes sense when you get into it. And just the stand mechanic for a 2D fighter sounds... Because there was one on the PS1.
I think there's been several JoJo games, and I think the closest we've gotten to a 2D fighter, at least I think there's some other JoJo games, I can't remember, but Persona 4 Arena was pretty close to what you might be imagining.
Oh yeah, because you can you can pull personas out. I feel like that'd just be perfect. But if it's My Hero, I guess that'd be fine too.
Do you watch My Hero?
I do, but I'm so stuck on JoJo now, and I've fallen out of My Hero, so I'm just stuck with the one that I want.
Seeing some Boruto slander in the chat, and I'll be the one Boruto defender on the entire planet.
I wish Steve was here to hype with me about this, but I know if he were, we would be talking about the classic Ranma one-half fighting games and how I wish Ranma...
Oh, that would be so cool.
So we could get a new Ranma fighting game, because...
I'd be down with that.
Back in the PS1 would
That'd
be...
cool.
Are you a Ranma fan too?
See, I've never actually watched the show. My only experience with Ranma is playing the video games.
Oh, see, I read... I think I said this before, but a friend hooked me up with a old CD filled with every single chapter, so I marathoned that bad boy.
Right. Ranma definitely has problems. Like, it's got pacing issues. It's got massive filler problems. Oh my god! But that cast of characters in that universe and the different fighting styles, it's just so charming. It's so fun. I played a lot of Renaissance Battle back on, I think it was PS1 import, and I'd love to get a new Ranma one-half game, but again, it's not popular.
If they just start pulling from like all the old 90s Toonami anime, like we just get a Yu Yu Hakusho fighting game.
Oh god, yes.
Oh dude, a Cowboy Bebop fighting game.
In there.
I saw much earlier somebody was talking about like a new Jump Ultimate Stars, and I'm like,
yeah, sure,
do it. Like
there are a lot of new properties.
I enjoyed when I played a Jump Ultimate Stars. It's very Smash-like, and just bring it to modern consoles with that whole lineup. That'd be really cool.
That would be. Oh, as Rox in our live audience chat says, a Sailor Moon fighter.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Oh, I'd love that.
That feels like a no-brainer to me.
It's weird that it hasn't already happened, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's some in the past, just no recent ones.
That's true. It's weird that there haven't been more Sailor Moon games over the years. I know there were a bunch in the 16-bit days, but
Sailor Moon is still happening, right? Sailor Moon Crystal or whatever. I think it is.
I mean, it's got that stuff released on Netflix, so
yeah, they just did the Sailor Moon Crystal movie, which I think covers season 4 of like the Crystal universe, and they're still doing active stuff with Sailor Moon. So it's surprising there haven't been more. There hasn't been more on the games front.
Has any of us watched Demon Slayer? Because I just only bring it up because it's posted as part of this article, and I've not watched that one yet.
It's on my list as well. I haven't. I haven't watched.
I've heard really good things about Jujutsu Kaisen.
So that one I'm actually watching now, and it is really, really good. Haven't finished it. I would lend itself to a fighting game totally fine, but I think that's too new. I don't know. I feel like the anime fighting games that get the most hype are the ones that have built a legacy over some time.
So your One Pieces, your Dragon Balls, your Naruto, JoJo, maybe My Hero at this point, because that's been around for a good while and has its popularity.
Well, speaking of My Hero, and also speaking of incredibly fortunate typos, we have another $2 donation from Black Ninja saying, My Hero, Bong, Danimal Fighter's Strawberry Blast. I obviously meant Bongo, but I do like the idea of your hero being a bong. That's pretty great too. But yes, My Hero, Bongo, Danimal Fighter's Strawberry Blast. Yeah.
I need to see a Photoshop now of like Smash X Danimals.
Oh yeah,
right? No. That's only the next evolution.
Just the way he has that labeled, it almost reminds me of JoJo, like a JoJo character with Bongo as his stand, just walking forward in the classic one of those crazy poses.
Yeah. Well, thank you again so much for the donation, Black Ninja, and for that very, very funny typo. I super appreciate that. We do have one more story to cover today, and that brings us right full circle, or is that full ring, I guess, back to Sonic's 30th anniversary, or just Sonic in general. So let's get that up on screen. So, multiple pieces of Sonic Prime concept art have been found on an artist's portfolio. And if you remember, Sonic Prime is the upcoming Netflix animated series. And as I've seen this take around, it's certainly, I'm not the first person to say it, but I am getting strong Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart vibes from this concept art in a good way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can see
in a good way for sure. And this looks great. I was already looking forward to Sonic Prime, but this concept art just makes me even more hyped for this. This looks great.
Yeah, see, I get big set AM vibes.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ant.
I was saying I see big Sat AM vibes, like the old darker Sonic cartoon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely get that. I would love for it to be kind of inspired by that vibe, I guess. I love the Saturday morning cartoon. It, as you said, AntDude, it kind of trended a little darker, and it was serialized. So there was there were a few monsters of the week here and there, but it was still focused on telling an overall story, which I really appreciated compared to the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which with Scratch and Grounder and that weird ass show. That's such a weird show.
There seems to be a time travel element to this based on the concept art.
Yeah.
Did we know that before?
They said about dimension hopping, so it might be that sort of idea.
So there you go. Rift apart.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Because again, cave girl Amy, and then like Eggman across the generations, where we can see baby. So classic baby, old man, teenager, and I guess young man, 30-year-old in there.
One of
like,
the
Sonic beat 'em all.
Robotniks I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying looks like the Jim Carrey interpretation from the movie.
Oh, does it?
I gotta see that. I see what you mean. I'm also liking Sonic's new shoes. Like Sonic's shoes design.
They look good.
Yeah, they're cool.
Shoes. His gloves are a little different too.
I just noticed Tails has like a jacket full of tools.
Oh right, yeah,
and seemingly more tails than usual.
Yeah, his tails are really branching out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I don't know. Of course, this is just concept art, so we can't say for sure how much of this will be directly represented in the show itself. But if this is even somewhat representative of the overall direction the show is taking, I'm excited for this.
I'm on board.
And they got classic Bagnicks in there, so.
I saw a lot of people get cringeworthy on Twitter because Sonic does like a Fortnite L dance, I guess. I'm gonna reserve judgment because when I heard Sonic was gonna do the I forget the dance move, the floss in the movie, I thought this was gonna be the worst thing ever. But it was cute and harmless, and it
was great. Yeah,
and that's
to be honest, like Sonic's attitude, that just comes off to me as something that he would do anyway.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It is not out of character for him. Yeah. He is cheesy in the 90s. He's cheesy now. It's just how it matches.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And it's pretty cool. Like, it's obviously, we had to wait a long time for any Sonic 30th anniversary news. There was a major drought there for a while, but it's nice now. Now Sonic fans are finally eating again, right? We're getting all this stuff at once. It feels like it's been a long time coming. We're just getting a bunch of cool stuff to get hype about. And Sonic Prime isn't coming till 2022, of course, but again, I like what I'm seeing.
Please
here,
look like this.
Yeah,
that's all I ask.
Right?
Yes, please.
But
aren't be a Mighty Number 9 situation where it's like awesome concept art and it looks nothing like that?
But aren't these the same guys that did the Mega Man cartoon?
No, they're those same ones. They're the same guys that did Ben 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what, Man of Action, right?
Yeah, Man of Action.
Oh, okay.
Although
Ben 10 is awesome. So
who did do Mega Man Fully Charged? Because that was not a good show, unfortunately.
I could have sworn it was those guys. But I could be wrong.
Maybe it was. Yeah, I could be wrong about that. Oh, yeah, no, it is Man of Action. So Man of Action
did
do Mega Man Fully Charged.
Oh, God, they did. Oh, no.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm a little skeptical, but at least stylistically, it's more in line.
When you look
Mega
at Man of Action,
looks nothing like Mega Man.
When you look at Man of Action's greater list of shows they've worked on, it's primarily good stuff.
Yeah.
I think Mega Man is the odd one out here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with Mega Man Fully
they have a Bakugan Battle Planet show.
Yeah.
Right. I think the problem with the Mega Man Fully Charged was maybe the fact that it did have to be its own new. It was a new version of Mega Man that literally no one asked for or wanted.
Right.
The design was really weak. I think I would have trusted Man of Action with a show based on a on an existing version of Mega Man, whether it's just a Mega Man classic cartoon or whatever. But I feel like maybe that was less Man of Action's fault and more the mandate that they had to make this fully charged version. with a version of the character that people weren't into. So I agree, though. Generally, when you look at their portfolio, it's mostly good shows. So Mega Man might have been the outlier there.
They've done some Marvel stuff, and I've heard decent things about them.
Right.
Big Hero 6.
And looking at this concept art, clearly they seem to be on the right track, just from a visual standpoint, which Definitely. Mega Man was not.
No, that I still, whenever I see that design of Mega Man from Fully Charged, I just cringe.
So bad. It's so bad.
So bad.
But like Ash, like you were saying, I guess everything got pushed back a year because of COVID. But 2022 is going to be the year where all these Sonic fans are going to be eaten, because we'll have the movie, we'll have Sonic Prime. I'm assuming Rangers will probably, if that's what it's called, will come out. That's going to be a big Sonic year in general. So just got to hope that everything works as intended.
I sincerely hope that there's some kind of slander campaign between the Mario movie and the Sonic movie next year.
Oh, right.
That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting about that.
That'd be really fun.
When are we going to get a trailer for that Mario movie? I am so curious what it's going to look like and just the concept.
Yeah,
that's going to be the thing Nintendo tweets at 8 p.m. Tune in tomorrow for the first trailer. No one's going to be prepared for it.
I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a direct for something like that. We got one for Super Nintendo World.
Mm-hmm. I could see that for sure. I could see that happening. Well, we'll see what happens with Sonic Prime. It's weird that after, now that Sonic fans are eating again, and that is exciting. It does seem strange, though, that after all is said and done, the one thing it seems like we're not going to have, or at least are not getting yet, is a proper follow-up to Sonic Mania. The one thing most people would probably tell you they want more than anything.
Yeah.
And that's been announced. Who knows what's going on with that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah. Really quick, Skull Kid Tiger in our live audience patron chat says Sonic has unleashed his forces and now colors your opinion that at least 06 of his games aren't just rushed out the door. Mic drop. Boom. I love that, Skull Kid Tiger. Well played. I absolutely love that. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. All right, before we head on to the end of the show, we do have a couple of more super chats. First of all is Mighty Invincible with a $4.99 donation saying, it's funny you guys mentioned that. Arxis, which is the Dragon Ball FighterZ dev, made a Sailor Moon fighting game back in the day. Right. So is that one of the 16-bit games, or maybe was it a
probably Arxis has been around for a while.
Exactly. Yeah. So I know there were a bunch of Sailor Moon games back in the day, just not now so much. But thank you for the donation, Mighty Invincible. Also, a $1.99 donation from Esax08 saying Demon Slayer a la Soul Calibur or Samurai Showdown. I bet that would be pretty hype. Even as someone who hasn't watched Demon Slayer, I've only seen like a few clips of it here and there. I could just see that being exciting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And finally, $5 from Jaden Buck saying, from Sonic flossing in the movie to the L-Dance in Prime, Sonic is slowly becoming a Fortnite gamer. Maybe a Fortnite skin of Sonic. It's going to happen eventually, right? Totally. Everything else.
I mean, he made it to Minecraft, so
yeah,
it's the next logical step.
I mean, we want Sonic. If we don't have Sonic with a gun, we can at least put Shadow in there and give him his guns back.
Oh, God. Yeah, but I feel like Sonic being in Fortnite is just a matter of time at this point. Mm-hmm. It's Fortnite just seems to be a big Katamari, the video game version of a big Katamari ball that just kind of gathers everything to it as it keeps rolling. So, thank you everyone for the donations, and thank you everyone on this show with me for covering the news today with me. But before we head out, of course, as always, AntDude, please tell our incredible audience where on the internet they can find you, man.
YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, AntDude92. If you want more Sonic content, boy howdy. I got stuff on the way. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And thank you guys for having me on. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
No, thanks for coming back and hanging out with us. I do have to ask, AntDude92, where does the 92 come from?
That's the year of birth.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a creative guy. If the AntDude username couldn't give it away, I'm not a creative guy.
As a 90s kid, it was incredibly clear to me that was the birth year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's totally an AIM name.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point. When you
underscore AntDude XX. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, I love how straightforward that was. Well, no, but dude, you're always welcome, of course, to hang out with us on the show here anytime. You're a true eternal friend of GVG, and we're just happy to be hanging out with you. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you, and I can't wait for the next opportunity for us to hang out in person. That's going to be
seriously. Yes, same here. And as always, before we head out, we do have to give a huge thank you to all of our patrons at the producer tier and above for helping to make today's news tonight happen. Because without you, it would not be happening. And you get a special treat today. Our credits are not going to be happening today as usual. That's something that Steve usually does. We're not quite equipped to do it today. So instead, I'm going to read out both the producers and the EPs, as I've done a few times before, just to make sure all you producers get
I thought Brandon could show the producers. It's just the executive producers you can't show, unless I'm wrong about that, Brandon.
I can show the producers. I just don't want to be unfair about it.
Fair enough. Then we'll do it straight up across the board today. I'll read everybody out, give everybody a fun treat. So thank you again to all of our patrons at the producer tier and above for making this show happen. And those awesome people include Jacob One, Kurosame, Michael Walburn, Fangs, Don Koopman, Kevin Online, Sonic Kurosaki, Beta, Logan Daniel, Nick Munger, Arkwing24, Ben Madrin, Chase Talbot, Ben Hannigan, Chickens, Joshua Wiseman, Critter XD, Iggy Coop, Kieran Das, Feeling Dreepy, Meowsticks, Griffin Bowens, Ariel H, Blindman, Sardon Keller, Black King, Preston, Shuckle25, Darts, DJ Andy D, Tiptoe, Joseph Bayer, Alex Rodriguez, Pedro Vasquez, Tony, Albie the Floof. You'd have to say floof like that. Floof. Aspen Bird, Ian Seabach, Ben Frick, Ben Morelli, Emil, Farina Reneus, Andy Chung, PK Gaming, Legend of Jess, Natasha Smith, Shoichi, Chris Lewis, Daniel Codd, Bo Blacks, Gold Lighting, Olivia Chloe, Justin Matthews, Matthew Miller, Smoko 13, Rings of Saturn, Too Much Spaghetti, no such thing, Michael Abuda, Akil P, Hello World, Alan Leung, Helen Kincannon, Kristenton 2025, Tomo the Cabot, Coop's Crib, Toast Cross Dimensions, Just Cliff, Grantles, Nicholas Van Roven, Dean Evanger Jr., Darksteel 01, Chip Damage Mike, DJ Jurassic, Super Dank Awesome Unicorn Guy, Abisola Osani, Alan Berry, Ghost Wolf, Jack Hines, Matthew Matelli, Sleepy Scrubbles, Blaystar 25, Twilord, Inferno Cali, Maddie, and finally, Tom Chiniak. Thank you all so much for helping to make this show happen. And of course, we do have to give an extra special thank you to all of our producers at the executive producer tier and above for supporting us on this incredible GVG journey. And those fine folks include Jared Edinger, Brandon Bovia, Rob Arman X, Etiono Ben, Dan and Twistle, Dennis J, Z Patty, Hyrule Hermit, Sky Blue Flames, Adam O'Sullivan, It's ATM, Octopuppet, Richard Herrera, Michael Phone, Aiko Carroll, The D-Pad, Vesmio, Waffle King, Kitty Kong Fax, Angel Martinez, Vedran Hotik, 112, John, Joshua Hunter, Evernight Studio, Benny Yao, Emerald, Azran 127, Kinrule 09, Pagrima, Jake Pelka, Geller, Shiny Turkey, Joseph Rutkin, Titus Malvolio, Charlie Bird, Geeky Griffin, Lucky Wonderfish, Top Dog 23100, Young Ben Kenobi, Doug Shomix, Andrew Medeiros, Orem M, Sakuragi, Becca, Rocks the Cat, Fizzywig Hoyd, Critmonger, The Legend of Groose, Eddie B, Kai Ed, Kit Fisto, West Egg, Deaneth, Kota, Michael McCaw, Matthew Wong, Goron Amber, Straight Lace, Hoobie, Wolf X Blake, Moon Macarons, Ascaron 809, Kane, Captain Finlandia, 60 Minutes and 60 Seconds, Christopher Masterson, Spicy Pandotter, The Game Orb, Dano the Artist, Ravelox, Synchrolord, Brainchild, Rosa Pardo Bowling, hi Steve's mom, Kotar Peck, Scuff 196, Skull Kid Tiger, AJB Cool, Blizzica, Jason Uloa, Jaden Buck, Phantom Project, Darik, Jeff Ed, Ray Clausen Jr., Nathan the Voice Actor, Mega Conrad, Hulkamaniac 55, Shibi J, and last but certainly not least, Bongo Lover. Thank you all so much for your incredible support of
Getting so dizzy.
I know, right?
I know, right? I just read almost 180 names or so. Ooh. That's crazy. Thank you all so much for supporting us. We love you all. If you are interested in finding out how you can get your name on those very 2 lists I just went through, or support us in various other ways, check us out over on Patreon, over at patreon.com/gvgaming. We did recently refresh all of our tiers, introduce new perks at all the different tiers, introduce some new tiers. There's lots of cool stuff going on. Also, just as a quick little hype moment, 2 of our incredibly generous GVG community members, Rob Arman X and Hyrule Hermit, have kind of been working with us to arrange a giveaway of some Mario and Rabbids Plus DLC codes, as well as Nintendo eShop gift card codes. And we haven't quite figured out how we're going to give those out yet, but it is going to be specifically within our server, within our Discord server. And you can get into that for just $1 with a $1 donation that gets you into our server. And we are going to be doing giveaways of those codes sometime in the next few days to celebrate the recent episode 100 of TNT. So that sounds interesting to you. We'd love to see you over in our community. And thank you again, Rob and Hyrule Hermit, for your incredible generosity. We are going to give those out. And so we will see you next time for today's News Tonight on Friday. And until then, good night, everybody, and good vibes. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.